Good morning. All right.
Yay! Oh my, thank you guys so much for being here. This is really special for us. I mean, this is technically home.
It is.
Right? This is where we met. It's always special for us to come back to DC.
Hashtag Biden Cancer Summit, by the way. For those of you who are live tweeting this event, we would encourage you to use the hashtag, and we would also encourage you to, after you tweet, to put your phones down and pay attention to all the speakers today. It is going to be a fantastic day. We've convened just a slew of stakeholders in the fight. We've got drug companies here. We've got doctors here. We've got researchers here. We have people who have been fighting the good fight for a very long time, people directly impacted by that nasty thing we call cancer. For us, this is also deeply personal.
It is. I learned that my father had lymphoma when I was in high school. And so that's something that's obviously been a focus of my family for quite some time. We have seen firsthand, and we talk about this a lot, how experimental drugs can make a difference, and the funding is so key to do that. In my father's situation, a drug that he used early on that did not work, years later he had another opportunity, and frankly, it helped save his life. But that's just one of the ways that we've been impacted.
Several years ago, my younger brother, who lives in Columbia, South Carolina, he called in the middle of the night, and he said that his baby girl at the time was in the hospital. She'd been having a stomach ache for a number of days. They took her to the hospital, and after a series of tests, they discovered she had a tumor the size of a grapefruit in her belly. She was 2 years old at the time. She was diagnosed in December, and we lost her 6 months later. She had Ewing sarcoma. It's a rare soft tissue cancer, and that was just 5 years ago. And last year, my older brother, at the age of 40, he had also been having some issues with his stomach. We did not have a history of colon cancer in our family. He went to the doctor, and the doctor came out and told him in no uncertain terms. Not only did he have colon cancer, but it was stage 4 colon cancer, and there wasn't a great deal that that particular doctor could do for him. That's when we went to MD Anderson in Houston, Texas, and we met Dr. Scott Kopetz, and my brother has been fighting the good fight for more than a year now. So, we're not just your masters of ceremony. We are deeply invested in this as well. Later today, there are going to be some announcements about some major new initiatives. We're excited about that.
And not just that, but also for families too. You know, the ones that are very close and that are dealing with an awful diagnosis and that are right along there for that ride, so to speak, ways to make their lives better, to make them easier while their loved one is fighting.
So, we would not be gathered here had it not been for the vision of two people primarily. Although I will tell you, my favorite Biden is Jill Biden, hands down.
You said Jill?
Jill. Oh yeah, without a doubt. And this morning, you guys may not have seen this or known this. There was an interview on the Today Show this morning with the Bidens, and we talked a lot about what we're going to be doing here today.
Is that a plug?
No,
is that a shameless plug?
It was actually a shameless plug because this looks like the kind of audience that would watch GMA, and we don't want that to be the case. But one thing I found out before the course of the interview, the Bidens have been married for more than 40 years, but it took at least 5 times for her to finally say yes. That's telling, I think.
So kind of like the way you stalked me.
Yeah, well,
do you remember that?
I do remember it. You say stalk, I call it persistence. But it worked out then too. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming one of the major reasons that we're here, Joe Biden and Dr. Jill Biden.